Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we will be discussing about JavaScript. In JavaScript there is something called as BOM. It's BOM. That means it is browser object model. Okay. So it stands for browser object model. Okay, which means whatever the feature would be, it would be for the browser, not for the JavaScript. Okay, so inside this we have something called as Windows object. Okay, that means it comes for the browser. Now inside Windows object, what all comes up? So inside Windows object there are functions like alert, okay, prompt, then open or close, and then set timeout. So these are some Windows object features which is actually for the browser, not for the JavaScript. Okay, but you have to write the code in the JavaScript in order to make these features, that is the Windows object, work. Okay, that means if I talk about specifically the alert function, so what happens over here when you mention this function inside your JavaScript? Okay, so at that point of time from your browser itself, like suppose this is your browser, you're using Chrome, so from your browser itself there would be an alert message popping up on the screen. Okay, similarly for prompt, open, and set timeout, there are many others like confirm, close. Okay, these are some which comes under Windows object. Okay, so basically inside the JavaScript BOM, that is browser object model, we have Windows object and we have screen object as well. Okay, so inside screen object, what all thing comes up? So inside the screen object, you can expect things like width of the screen, height of the screen, okay, or avail with. Okay, so what does these things do? These things, if you use it inside your JavaScript, what it will do, it will actually, in the output, you will be able to know what is the width of your whole browser actually. Okay, the height of the browser, the depth of the length of the browser, everything you will be able to know with the help of these features which comes inside screen object. Okay, so two objects inside BOM, that is browser object model, Windows object, and screen object. Okay, now how to use these in your JavaScript? Okay, let's see that. So first of all, I'll start with let's say the alert. Okay, I'll start with this. So for that, what we need to do, we'll just write script, JavaScript X. Okay, and inside the script, I'll write a function which will actually display a message, an alert message. So I have taken the function name as MSG. Okay, now inside this what I'll be writing is, I'll write alert, which is my Windows object. Okay, and here I'll just write, let's say, hello there. Okay, this is what comes inside my function, which the name is MSG, that is message. Okay, now I want to display this particular alert from my browser to the user who is coming up in my screen or who is coming up in my website. Okay, so suppose when a user comes to my website and clicks on a button, okay, so I'll take input type as button. Okay, instead of name I'll keep as value, and inside value I'll right click, and then on click I'll also write. So let's say the on click is this particular function which I have used. Okay, and then close this input tag. So now see what's happening. So what's happening, there is a script, and inside that there is a function which is MSG, that is message. Okay, And then inside this particular function there is an alert message, which is I'm using the Windows object from the browser object model of JavaScript. So there will be an alert message in your screen, okay, and it will say hello there, okay. So this will come up from the browser, like right in front of this. Here hello there will be displayed, okay. Now how it will be displayed? So after this particular script, if you see, I've just taken an input tag, and inside the input tag the type is button. So that means there will be a button here in your browser. When you see the output, okay, the value of this button would be written inside the box. It will be written as click, okay. So whenever a user who comes on your website clicks on this particular button, on click, so whenever the user clicks, so if you see on click, the value, it's written MSG function, okay. It's calling the MSG function. That means this one, this function will be called. So that means when it is clicked, it will go inside this function and it will display the alert message hello there, okay. Now if we try to run this, let's save this, and the name of the file is win.html. So I'll just open this off. This is win.html. So let's open this. Okay, so if you see, this is the button right over here, okay. This is the button. So whenever a user comes on and clicks, so this is my cursor, I'll click on this. So when I click on this, from the browser an alert message comes up and it says hello there, okay. This is what a Windows object is all about, like especially if you're using an alert function, okay, like sending an alert from the browser directly to the user who is coming onto the website, okay. Now if you click on OK, it will go off. Fine. That was one type related to alert. If you want to use let's say the prompt one, okay, like if you want to use prompt, okay, this one. So for that, what change you want to do inside this particular function? So here, instead of alert, you have to replace it with the prompt, okay. So suppose I write it here, prompt, okay, and here I take a variable, suppose v is my variable, and I write prompt, and then I click here, suppose who are you, okay. Fine. This is inside my function, okay. It's written prompt who are you. So what will happen here, there will be on your browser, there will be a screen coming up directly, okay, when you click on a button, okay. So here I'm not changing anything in this input tag, okay. So there will be a button. When you click on it, a display message will come up, like a prompt will come up from the browser, which will have who are you, okay. Who are you will be written. Fine. So there would be a space wherein you can write like your prompt as well. Like if it's asking who are you, you can write inside the alert. That means I write over here, let's say I am a coding specialist, okay. Fine. So what will happen? There will be a prompt from the browser itself, who are you? And then if you write I am a coding specialist, then only it will go away. Otherwise it will not. So this is another kind which you can use in your JavaScripts, like when you're working on your website. This is another Windows object which you can use it, okay. So if I just click on save and I try to run this again, so okay, so here click. Now if you see, there is from the browser it came up and it says who are you, okay. So here this page says, that means the browser, there is a page, it says who are you, okay. That means this is a prompt which the browser is giving to us. Now what the answer which is there, which the browser want, if you give that, then only it will accept. So I'll write I am a coding specialist, okay. And when I click on OK, then only it will take it. So it says I'm a coding specialist, okay. And then yeah, that is done, okay. So that's how a prompt object works in your JavaScript. This is the way how you can use a prompt object in JavaScript. Similarly, you can also work with open. Okay, open means suppose you want in your website, you want there is a website and you want some whenever a user is coming, there should be under your text there should be an option wherein open is written or anything is written. Okay, like suppose your YouTube link is there. Okay, you whenever the user clicks on this particular YouTube link, then it should directly open your link, the YouTube channel. Okay, it should open it. So in that case you can use the open object. Okay, that's the Windows object. Okay, you can use that in that case. Fine. Now how to do that? So for using open, so let's say we will remove these. Okay, and I'll just write open, and inside open you have to mention the URL which you want whenever the user clicks and they should open this particular URL. So inside the inverted commas, let's say I go to my browser, I open my YouTube channel. Okay, this is my channel. So I'll just copy this link and I again go back to this, and here I paste this off. Okay, this is the link which I want the users whenever the user clicks on your website, this link they should take the user to this particular link. Okay, so in the input type, what you can write button, and then you can like write over here, let's say, or let's say I write social media. Okay, and I then save this off. Fine. So here if you say this is the open object, that is the Windows object of JavaScript, and then inside that you can write your link, and then rest remains the same. Okay, this is saved. Now when we go back to the browser and then just try to refresh this, so when I refresh, see this is the button which says social media. Okay, now when I click on here, that means whenever user comes to your website and click on this particular link, so it will directly take you to your channel or to your another link or another website, whichever you are linking over there. Okay, so this is how an open object is working. So in short, whenever in your website, when you are creating a website with the help of JavaScript, you can use these Windows object in order to make your website more responsive to your uh, viewers or subscribers who are coming in. Okay, so that was about the open. Now there is something which is also called as set timeout, which I already told you. So what does set timeout do? Set timeout will there will be a prompt on your screen when you click on a button, and it will remain for let's say I want to remain it for 2 seconds, so it will remain for 2 seconds when you click on that particular button. So that is known as set time. Okay, so for that what you can do, so let's say the function is function msg, and then I under this I write set timeout. Okay, so this is basically my function. So inside this particular object itself I write function. Okay, and the brackets, and inside this I write an alert that let's say welcome to coding for let's say it's only for 2 seconds. Okay, now this is there. Now where you will write 2 seconds, so here I'll give comma and then I'll write let's say 2000 for 2 seconds. Okay, that's it. So how it is working, so inside a function there is a set timeout object, that's a Windows object. Okay, and a short function you have taken inside it, and you are writing alert welcome to coding for 2 seconds, and then after 2 seconds it will just go away. Okay, so basically what will happen if we save this, so there will be a button with the name social media. Once you click on it, this particular alert will come up from the browser. It will remain for 2 seconds and then only it will go away. That means here when the alert comes up from the browser, even if you click on OK, it will not go away. So it will remain for 2 seconds. Okay, so let's check this. So let's refresh this. So social media, I click on it. Okay, let's check if some issue. just take care of the brackets and the closing brackets. Okay, we'll save this again and then we'll try to run this off again. Okay, so just refresh it. If I click on it, okay, so this comes up and this will remain for 2 seconds, and then after 2 seconds if you click on OK, it will go off. Okay, so that's how a set timeout object works inside JavaScript. So moving on to, let's say, the screen object. Okay, screen object which we have. So we are working with the Windows object which has few objects. Screen object is something inside the BOM, that is BOM of the JavaScript. Okay, that is browser object model. So inside that we have something as width, height, and these stuffs. Okay, so how to write those, or how to use the screen object. Okay, when, like, let's say for example you want to know what's the screen width of your browser, so that you can place an image according to the width of the screen. Okay, so for that what you can do inside the script, you can just write document dot write ln. Okay, and then open the brackets, and then inside this, so I want everything in the next line. Okay, so for that I'm just using the br, okay, which will break and paste everything in the next line. Fine, and here I just write screen dot width. Okay, and here I write the object, that is screen dot width. Okay, and then cool. Fine, and now what I do, I just close the script off. Okay, so when I save this and when I try to open the browser and refresh it, okay, so now if you see right over here, it has displayed the information, the screen width is 1536. Okay, so that's what a screen object does. That means it will help you to understand what actually the browser height, weight, width, how much pixel it's using, and everything. You can actually see it in your browser directly when you're using it. So this is for your use. I mean, like, you can use it in the back end, you can check it out in the front end, and then accordingly you can paste like, you can use your images and backgrounds and animations and everything accordingly. Okay, so this was like screen width. Okay, so suppose I want to use same thing for like screen height. So what I can do, just press enter and then just copy this off. Okay, don't have to write it again. So just paste this, and here I'm using height, so I'll just write screen height. Okay, and instead of width, I'll just write width height. Okay, and I save this, and now when I refresh this, okay, so it says screen width 1536, and then the height, it says undefined. Okay, so why it says undefined? For that you need to check. Okay, the spelling here is wrong, so HEIGHT. Okay, and then save this again, and then try to check it. So anytime it won't say, say, so okay, here it is, that is 864 is the screen height. Fine. So if you again check it, so width and then the height, and then save this off, and then just refresh this off. So screen width and then the screen height. So that's the screen object and the Windows object.